Every science begins as philosophy and ends with art. This is a quote by Will Durant. What he's trying to say here is that philosophy is one of the core pillars of science. You see, for a nation to be great, there needs to be a mythos that has been created around that particular nation's people, in which way that you can create some kind of will for a particular group of people in order for them to go on to do to go on to achieve certain things. And that's why the philosophy, the certain stories that are told, the certain lessons that are told, these provide a certain mythos around a particular group of people, which allows them to go on, pushes them to go on to do and achieve many wonderful things, many great things, many incredible things. And I think it's very, very profound. It's very, very profound. And oftentimes, the best sort of these things end up as some kind of art. Me personally, I'm into art. I want to get more into art and get more into like paintings and creating art, because I feel like that is it's something that is very, very it's very useful. A very useful thing to sort of get into. But yeah, I mean, that's just one of the things that you will learn as you go along in your philosophical journey. How it always usually ends in these. It starts off as philosophy, becomes a science, then it ends off as art. That's just usually the process of these things. Philosophies discover when philosophies are discovered when an individual sits down and takes time to spend time just thinking about the reality that they find themselves in. Then they are able to use their creativity, spirituality to spur new ideas, which they can then use to create new sciences. And then once those sciences have been tested and brought into the reality, they can end up as work of arts. So I personally like to spend time thinking. Don't be afraid of um, being able to just of contemplating what's around you, thinking deeply, creating models in your head, and creating all kinds of different scenarios in your head, different kinds of new ways to do things, new forms of technology. Don't be afraid of these things, because you can also use these things, because you might actually be the one that brings them into reality. You never know. So always be someone that enjoys this process.